decide and act. So we observe, what we observe, from that we gather, and from what we gather, we try to analyze it. That is orientation part of it. And then we decide, there is a decision support. Then we act. Act is engagement. So there are three blocks. One is called situational awareness. The next block is basically the decision support technologies and the decision influencing system. The third one is tactical engagement. There is a threat. So we gather everything about the threat. That is about the situational awareness. We come to know what the threat is, where the threat is, what is its multiplication, etc. Then the orient. Then we decide what is its intent. We track it, we see, and what is its impact likely to be, we analyze all those. Then we try to decide how to go about handling it, offensive, defensive. Is it that I go by an offensive kill potential, or do I employ a defensive potential in terms of using the decoys or jabs or whatever it is? Or do I engage the SMs or SAMs or closing weapon systems like the gun shell screens? How do I attack it? If it is going to be an underwater threat, how am I going to engage it? If it is going to be an air threat, how am I going to engage it? So therefore, there are three boxes. The first box is situational awareness. The second box is the decision support systems, or the decision support. And the third one is the tactical engagement. The tactical engagement is through a set of weapons. The first one is situational awareness is through a set of sensors. Way back when I joined Navy and when we were in those days of 70s and 80s, we had only a singular focus. Some aircraft takes off, say Karachi or whatever it is, then we will do it. An early morning radar is there. We capture that particular target, say at about 200 nautical miles off, and as it comes closer, then we try to do it by a tracking radar, and as it comes to the kill zone, we would have computed what is its course and speed, and we would have given some kind of the parameters which the gun mounting requires, and that would be able to engage that particular threat. In the whole process, there are dedicated sensors, a dedicated tracking, a dedicated fire control system, and which is going to be the one which will do the prediction problem. That is where the target is going to be in its future. And the fourth one is going to be the engagement. The same thing held good, in fact, even for the missile systems and the guided missile systems. So, by the way, I did phenomenally with reference to all these weapon systems, interfaces for the sensors and weapons. So I'm giving you an initial talk before I proceed. So what is that I'm trying to share with you? As the technology developed over years, it was not a single sensor. We had multi-sensors. Right now I'm standing on some kind of a platform. There can be multi-sensors which can catch me. There can be an aerostat which can catch me from its own sensors. There is an electro-optic sensors, there is a radar, there is an underground sensor. So there are multiple sensors which can give the presence of the threat. So then you have to have a sensor data fusion. Once you have a sensor data fusion, you will be able to remove a lot of, that is deduplication we call it, and do the complete the signal formatting. That is basically we are trying to have, derive the intelligence. So far we have the information and the data. So we derive the intelligence. That's what ISR is all about. Recce and surveil, and after that gather the intelligence. Actionable intelligence is the one what we require from the sensor platform. That is the first box. In the second one, we are going to establish what the threat is, whether it is a lockdown missile or whether it is going to be a kind of a gun mounting, what kind of a threat it is. And then we take decisions how to deal with it completely. So all that is necessary with reference to making the decision in order to how to go about engagement is the second box which I am talking about. That is the decision support box. The third one is an engagement. There is a cluster of weapons. You can choose gun mountings which are called close-in weapon systems. You can use missile systems. You can use torpedoes, chaff, decoys, and the rocket launchers and mines, and you call it there are numbers of weapons. And if you talk about, there are phenomenal numbers of variations in the missiles, so therefore you will be able to use all of them. What am I sharing with you is, we have multiple sensors, sensor data fusion, we have multiple weapons. Connecting up all this on the same bus, we would like to have a kind of a decision management system. This has come out somewhere in the 90s, in fact, we did in India. The very first CAIO, I happened to be part of it. And we put at that point of time, that is from the cluster of sensors to the cluster of weapons. We built the interfaces and made the decisions. We call it as Command Aided Action Information Organization. In short words, it is called CMS, Combat Management System or Tactical Management System. Now what am I going to explain is, with the advent of AI, once AI has come, we started using this particular, the second box, the decision making box or the decision management box, into a huge way. What matters today is not what information you have, how fast do you have this kind of decision making, your decision velocity, your decision superiority, that is going to certainly make you win the future battles. Therefore AI, and therefore my topic here. Thank you. We'll proceed. So I'm going to explain to you combat decision architecture, sensor fusion to strategic superiority, and AI driven. I got very less slides. What happened?
I'll do it manually
Next.
if there's a problem. Yeah.
Next slide. This is not working.
That's not working. Next slide is there. They're doing it manually.
Okay, fine. Please switch to the next slide when I ask you. No, previous. Let me give you the A. We are going to examine the evolution of AI-enabled combat decision architectures, shift from the platform-centric to decision-centric warfare. I'm purely talking technology. I'm not going to take names, no code words, no operations, nothing. It's purely technology. Understand AI-enabled sensor fusion and intelligent ISR ecosystems. ISR is intelligence, surveillance, and there is reconnaissance. Human AI teaming, we heard about it in the previous talk. And multi-domain intelligent warfare architecture, strategic risks, cyber vulnerabilities, and AI sovereignty. What is the risk that we have when we get into the AI? Very important aspect. Risk evaluation must be known. It's not that we are madly on the drive. We should know what exactly are the emulations. And present a future-ready framework. The thesis is the future military superiority will increasingly depend on intelligent operational cognition, multi-domain situational awareness, decision velocity, and sovereign AI-enabled combat ecosystems. I use the word sovereign. That is an exercising independent, supreme kind of an authority with reference to the decision making without being controlled, without being influenced by any other external factor. That is the word sovereign I'm talking about. Next slide. Platform-centric warfare to decision superiority, that is the evolution. And the traditional warfare focused on platforms, firepower. So we had destroyers, we had missile frigates, we had aircraft carriers, we had so many different types of aircrafts, we have Dorniers, we have CG-42 Bravo, we have AN-32s, we have MiGs, and we have Mirages, we have Jaguars, and we have Sukhois, and different platforms. And each platform, of course, we had specific types of missiles. We were concentrating on some platform-centric. So modern warfare increasingly driven by information dominance and cognition, because we have got a multi-sensor architecture today. We have the sensing from different domains. We have sensing from the space domain, satellite domain. We have got sensing from different kinds of sensors. And AI now transforming all these things, emergence of intelligent battle space ecosystems. Combat superiority is increasingly by the decision velocity. I mentioned to you that second box. And strategic shift is platform dominance to information dominance to decision dominance. So we're talking about the decision dominance. Next slide. Next slide.
So
Yeah.
pardon the interruption, but with due respect to the schedule, may I request you to kindly conclude in a minute or two.
Who is speaking?
Yeah, she's
So,
there.
Shivali, backside.
Next slide, please. I have only 3 visuals to show that will complete the session. On this side, you are seeing the entire sensing grid, satellites, air early warning and control platforms, UAVs, radars, EOS and IR sensors, SIGINT and COMINT, that is signal intelligence and communication intelligence platforms, acoustic sensors, human intelligence and open source intelligence. These are the ones. And these are the various domain operations: land, maritime, air, cyber, space and electromagnetic. And these are the various things which we are talking about, that is sense, fuse, understand, decide, act, and that is achieve superiority. If we put AI into this, what happens? We are going to have predictive analytics, we have to have threat assessment, and we will have basically any information and instant that is information and intelligence, that is actionable intelligence for the engagement. And then we have basically the complete the combat action, the entire domain decision making with reference to this, and that goes for the impact analysis. And so we have sensor fusion, multi-sensor correlation, data normalization, deduplication, pattern recognition, anomaly detection, and contextual enrichment. AI is working with reference to all these aspects. And if you talk about the intelligent command control systems, we've got situational awareness, decision support, mission planning, and force management, and resources optimization. We are talking about battle rhythm sync. So with this, we are going to have the various weapons and the various kinds of platforms which we engage. So this is the AI-enabled combat decision architecture. In this, AI is going to extensively work with these multiple technology issues and handle them into intelligent command control systems at a supreme decision velocity, and have this various aspects of the AI, and then with reference to the decision superiority, we gain the operational dominance and the strategic superiority. So this is the slide that explains. Next slide. Next slide. Yes. We are talking about combat decision cycle. You have sense and collect. The various sensors are there, sensors, platforms, networks, open sources, and you get also from the various allies. Basically, there are a number of countries who are going to support us also. Each time, even in the 1971 war, we were supported. In other places also we were supported. Even in the Kargil we were supported. There was a lot of flow of information that comes from the allies. And secure ingestion, and AI and ML analytics, and decision support, mission execution, and this is the one very basically, that is the collective learning, basically, which is supposed to be the combat learning. And what is AI? What exactly is going to do in the AI is going to do in the combat decision making? It is going to reduce the OODA loop time. What is the observe, orient, decision, decide and act? That loop time, which used to be very cumbersome, which used to be with a multi-algorithmic model, and which still had uncertainties, which required a lot of digital twin simulation kind of a thing for establishing, which had thousands of use cases to actually evaluate, and all that is going to reduce, because we are going to have the sampling time in the fastest way. The speed is very high, and the sample sizes can be very high. Use cases can be now thousands. So therefore, we are going to near the perfection with reference to the AI, and that OODA is going to be reduced. Enhances the situational awareness, increases precision and lethality, optimizes resources utilization. All these papers of mine will be on LinkedIn, and they are actually accessible. You can read. All the slides are available on the platform. You will be able to read. Should there be any queries, you are most welcome to write to me. And these are given to the universities for them to teach AI in various defense incubation labs. So therefore, I'm supporting that particular thought. So you are working on land, maritime, air, cyber and space in different domains. So therefore, AI does not replace the warriors, but AI ensures that it empowers them with a decision velocity that was never before. What is the kind of thing? We make intelligent decisions with the intelligence derived from the situational awareness, which is an AI matrix again, and then we have decisive actions, and then we are going to have a decisive victory near the perfection with reference to the lethality and the detonation when the impact is concerned. Next slide. Next slide. This is the same thing which I'm explaining once again. I'm talking about integrated, networked, intelligent, real-time, and decisive. So we are going to have a sensor layer. We are going to have a data ingest and communication layer. We are going to have AI-enabled sensor fusion. That is going to be this box completely. So this is what I explained to you. So in this we are going to have various techniques, conventional filtering techniques. We are going to have deduplication techniques, data formatting techniques, and signal synthesis. Thousands and thousands of signals, in fact, we do. If you talk about an aircraft, we have got 1553 B signals, ring signals, synchro signals, really so many signals, in fact, thousands of them. And all of them have to be actually analyzed. And so only today, we are likely placed with AI. What used to be a conventional algorithmic standard format, now it is AI driven. So with this, we achieve the decision velocity. That is what is going to be the new combat AI model. So in this, if you really look at it, so multi-domain integration that is going to be there, and you are having, and moreover, there is a complete homogeneity in the combat. That is the land, the air, and also underwater, and you take any dimension, all of them are working with a kind of a homogeneity and professional battle integrity that they're all working together. They're no longer isolated platforms. And this kind of AI integration is possible in this new combat structure. Next one. Next slide. Next slide. This is the last slide. We are talking about future intelligent warfare. How is it going to be future intelligent warfare? It is autonomous. Therefore, we are talking about the decision integrity and decision sovereignty. Adaptive, AI-enabled completely. And of course, there is a warrior and who is still holding the button, and he is the one who is going to work. He is aided by the speedy decisions. So if you have a kind of an MOR, that is called the Maritime Operations Room or Combat Operations Room, a war theater which you are doing, there is a human being. The only thing is, we have no scope to have people in multiplicity there. We have actually a singular force. The decision making is instantaneous at that point of time. It is no brainstorming and discussion and trying to think of various war logics, etc. So principles are human is in command, ethical and responsible, secure and resilient, and the sovereign and self-reliant. And you are losing at space domain, air domain, cyber domain, electromagnetic domain. We are talking about the functions: sense, fuse, understand, predict, decide, and act. This entire thing is AI-enabled combat decision. Right? Next slide. There are strategic risks. We must know that there are risks. I am a professional technology risk analyst, so I have a grading for that. What are the risks which we are talking about when we use this kind of an AI? It has got cyber and algorithmic vulnerabilities. I'm closing. I have taken the list. I gave her an option to skip. Autonomous escalation and strategic instability increasing. Data integrity and trusted operational ecosystems becoming critical. And the AI sovereignty is a national security imperative. There can't be some kind of, we have cyber vulnerabilities, some risks which are associated with it. So we have to do some kind of a deep sneak analysis and a deep risk analysis when we talk about the AI-based combat architectures. So that's a domain which we need to work on that. I can explain this, but it will take long. I'll come to the strategic reflection. The future wars may increasingly be won not merely by strong weapons. It doesn't matter what kind of strong missile you have and how many kilometers it can travel. That alone will not be able to decide the battle and the win. The faster cognition, superior awareness, adaptive intelligence, and wiser integration with this AI mission capability will be the force for winning the battles. Last slide. Next. I said the same thing earlier. It is not isolated to only any kind of one single platform. It is about integration and it is about the decision velocity. Last slide. Thank you. Any questions? You have the same gun I have, and it's a question of who thinks faster, who can act faster. So that makes the difference. That velocity and that combat strategy is going to be with AI tomorrow. Any questions? Next 3 papers will follow, and this is my first one in the ICDCA. Thank you. You want me to be on the stage?
I would like to request Commandant T. Hawkip sir to kindly come up on the stage and present memento to Commander Prasad sir for sharing your invaluable insights
Thank you very much.
and strategic perspective drawn from decades of experience in the service.
Thank you.
Please let's give him a round of applause.